Hi, it's Alabama Annie with another episode of Stories and Songs for you. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about a cave that's located not too far from here. And this cave has been reported for years to be a portion of a very extensive cave system, of which there are many located in the areas surrounding Lookout Mountain and in Lookout Mountain. But this particular cave was reported to be about 11 miles long, at least the passages were. And during the early turn of the century, the Army Corps of Engineers came in to blow the cave up to stop and halt the progress of transportation of illegal moonshine whiskey from one point to another. And so they came in with dynamite and blew the opening to smithereens. Now, here's a little bit from the article that came out in the paper during that time. It says reporters learned today that the huge explosions heard throughout the Lookout Mountain area were the culmination of a long-standing operation and investigation by federal and local authorities concerning the transport of illegal moonshine. According to the officer in charge, who will remain unnamed, the explosions heard were the result of dynamite charges set off in the passages and tunnels between Greenwood Cave on U.S. Highway 11 north of Reeseville and in the passages of another cave 11 miles to the south on Lookout Mountain. It has been suspected for some time that the bootleggers have been utilizing these passages to transport their illegal whiskey. Then, not too long after that, another article appeared in the paper, and it reads as follows. Army Corps of Engineers found several artifacts inside the cave at Black Creek Falls while setting off charges for a series of large explosions to halt the transport of illegal moonshine. A spokesman for the Corps said that some of the items they'd found could predate the Civil War and well before. Since the war and the March on Chattanooga, local historians have always held to the belief that Greenwood Cave and the other caverns along Lookout Mountain, including the one at Black Creek Falls, were linked and tied into an extensive cavern system. Historians and keepers of local legend contend that the cave was used as munitions stockpiles during the war and offered shelter for inclement weather as well. Among the items found in the cave were an ammunition box, a stack of broken rifles, and other firearm pieces littered the ground in a large chamber a few thousand yards into the mouth of the cave. Evidence was found that soldiers might have camped inside there as well. There were signs of domestic living. We found several old iron cook pots, a number of tin cups, and some spoons. We found a few shoes and a rucksack filled with items belonging to a Confederate soldier from Gunter's Landing. Among the items in the rucksack were a pocket watch inscribed with the name of a soldier in the Union Army from Baltimore, Maryland, that the Confederate soldier might have taken from the body, and a half-finished letter written by the Union soldier on yellowed paper with a stub of a pencil. But a disturbing find occurred while the engineers were preparing to set those charges a good distance away from where the other discoveries had been made. It was the skeleton of a man, but not a man from the Civil War or any recent time period. The skeleton was of a man of European descent, wearing chainmail armor. His bow rested nearby on a heavy broadaxe. The cause of his death, as good as could be told, was from a spear point lodged between the two of the man's ribs in his chest cavity. All of the artifacts were recovered and handed over to the proper authorities. We have turned the pack over and other items to the authorities in hopes that the owner's descendants can be located. They would probably want to have his possessions, and the skeleton and bow of the European has been sent to a nearby museum, it read. But the legend of the cave continued. During Prohibition, the cave below Black Creek Falls served as a speakeasy where people could gather and have a little sip of that moonshine that they were transporting. listen to some music, and just enjoy the beauty of the location. And because of that, I'm going to play you a verse from a song I wrote entitled Sweet Magnolia. And it mentions there's a place down by the river where they barrel house all night long. And that's the place I had in mind when I wrote Sweet Magnolia. Well, there's a place down by the river. I heard they barrel house all night long. Oh, there's a place down by the river. I heard they barrel house all night long. And there's a little place I know near there. Oh, where we can be alone. And there's a little place I know near there. Well, where we can be alone. Yes, yes. So there we have the tale of the cave below the waterfall. Hope you have a great day.